Welcome back on this glorious and amazing day. A few more examples where we overthink, and this is a big one that comes to me so often. And you could go crazy when your spouse will tell you about this overthinking. You'll think something is wrong with them, but as you'll see later on, nothing is wrong with them. We just have to learn and understand how this mechanism and emotional virus works. What do I say in the conversation? I'm gonna have a conversation with someone about something. What do I say? Do I say this or do I say that? And we go back and forth and we're just not sure what to say. We're filled with anxiety before we get into important conversations. Number 7, where we overthink a lot, is we sit in a social setting among friends, even close friends, and they're talking about something and we have pure evidence or a story or an opinion which is contrary to theirs. And yet you keep your mouth shut and you're brewing inside. You're so desperate to give your opinion, but you overthink. And you overthink, what if they're gonna pull something out of the hat that will just throw my story out of the way, that will throw my thoughts out of the way. And we are very, very nervous about it. And therefore we sit there, and those clients come to me afterwards and tell me, oh my gosh, I'm so upset that I didn't say so-and-so. I really wanted to say it, but I was thinking maybe that there's a problem if I do share with them my thoughts. Example number 8 is when I decide to get dressed in the morning, I sit there sometimes for 10 minutes, and every time I decide to wear something, I change my mind and I go to something else. And why do I overthink? Or why does my husband, why does my wife, why does my lover, why does my child can't make up their mind what they are going to wear? They look at their clothing, they look exciting, but the moment they put it on, they stop. They go to the mirror, they pace back, they pace forth. Sometimes they start crying, sometimes they get frustrated because they're overthinking. And the last and final example, which is number 9, is when we plan a trip. We plan a trip for ourselves or with our families or with just friends. And it seems very simple. We plan the trip within our city or going somewhere else. And then suddenly, as we come to the conclusion of the planning, or we're in the midst of the planning, we go, well, maybe we should look in to what this place has more to offer. Maybe better places, something that everyone will like. Everyone is on board with you. Everything is fine. Everyone is happy. And in many cases, you already send out the plan and everything is fine. But no, we overthink. This might be a problem, this trip. Even though everything looks good and we did already all the research, this trip might be a problem. And therefore we overthink. And sometimes we call up our friends or other friends and say, I planned this, but maybe I should scrap it because I just found out that there's jet skiing that we could do there or something else that we could do there. But you know from yourself, even if you change the plan and you go to the second idea that came up or someone told you about, you're still not going to be happy because maybe we should have kept the first plan. And we mock these people. These people mock themselves. You're undecisive. You're overthinking. And the cases that come to me a lot is usually parents that are mocking their children. But here, we just went through a few examples of overthinking. And please join me next week and we will find out what is going on, what is this emotional virus, and how do we deal with it? Because over 90% of people that deal with it not only do not do the right thing, they actually make it worse for themselves or for the loved ones. But till then, please remember that you are way greater than you think you are. Thanks for joining.